Excellencies, Deputy Minister of Economy, Datuk Professor Faiz Abdullah, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, selamet pagi, esselamu alaikum. It's a profound honor to be here today in Kuala Lumpur. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to our host at ICES Malaysia for making this joint event possible. The last time I was here was in February of last year, together with our President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. I am pleased to see the progress our relations have made in the year since. Our partnership was recently reinforced again by the Honorable Prime Minister Dato Seri Enver Ibrahim's with his visit to Ankara in January for High-Level Strategic Cooperation Council, where he delivered the keynote speech at SETA's Power Shift Conference. These visits, events, and collaboration between Turkey and Malaysia and SETA and ICES Malaysia show that cooperation is not merely a formality. It's a vital bridge between two strategic communities during a time of unprecedented global turbulence. It makes today's event all the more important. That is why I want to again thank Datuk Professor Faiz and the entire ICES Malaysia team for hosting Kuala Lumpur-Ankara Dialogue 2026. As we gather here today, we must be honest about the state of the world. We are not simply passing through a difficult patch in history not seen in ages. We are witnessing a fundamental crisis in the global system. The world system is in a state of acute crisis. We have moved past the era where war was considered a temporary interruption of status quo. Today, we must confront the sobering reality that war is no longer a temporary position. It has become a persistent feature of modern geopolitical landscape. We are observing a global collapse of traditional international system. It's being replaced by a period of ruthless competition where established norms are being disregarded in favor of raw power politics. We see this erosion even within the foundational pillars of international security. What started in Ukraine and continued in Gaza has now spread across the wider Middle East. The ongoing conflicts, and specifically Iran, highlight the fragility of our collective security. While we recognize that the war launched by United States and Israel facing the region is rooted in profound injustice and severe lack of foresight, we must also acknowledge that certain retaliation tactics serve only to further destabilize the region. These cycles of violence do not bring security. They create a vacuum of safety that threatens everyone. Against this backdrop, Turkey has emerged as a proactive force for de-escalation. In pursuit of regional stability and diplomatic methodology and mediation expertise, Turkey cultivated following the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Turkey has been persistently trying to stop the wheels of war and conflict from spinning. Since the genocide in Gaza began, Ankara has consistently applied its strategic blueprint to de-escalate the broader Middle East, prioritizing the convening of adversaries at negotiation table through extensive diplomatic traffic and intelligence diplomacy across the Middle East and beyond. Turkey is committed to ease regional friction in the Gulf, seeking to harmonize relations and prevent the war from further escalating. The fires of war must not spread any further. Turkey's vision is not limited to its immediate geography. Turkey recognizes that the gravity of global influence is shifting. This is the logic behind Turkey's Asia initiative. We are here because we understand that the future, be it economic, technological, or political, is being written in Asia. Turkey's commitment to this region is further evidenced by our growing institutional ties with ASEAN, where we view the collective strength of Southeast Asia as an essential pillar of the balanced multipolar order. Turkey is positioning itself as a key actor in multipolar world where Asia and especially Southeast Asia play a leading role. Despite the severe uncertainties that plague 2026, amongst many other international conferences and summits, Turkey will be hosting the 2026 NATO summit in Ankara. Turkey will be hosting climate change conference in Antalya. All of this bringing us to the core of our gathering, Turkey-Malaysia relations. Malaysia is a cornerstone of our Asia vision. Our relationship is built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared values, and a common understanding of challenges facing the Muslim world and the global South. Whether it's through defense cooperation, trade, or academic exchange, the synergy between Ankara and Kuala Lumpur is a rare example of stability in an unstable world. We are not just partners. We are strategic allies who share a vision for a more just and equitable international order. Let us remember that our dialogue is a response to the global crisis. By strengthening the bond between Turkey and Malaysia, we are not just helping our own nations, we are contributing to a more balanced and secure global system. I want to thank you, Datuk Professor Faiz, and ISIS Malaysia team once again for this event. I also want to thank all of our guests for your presence and your commitments to this dialogue. I look forward to insightful discussion that will follow. I hope that next time Turkey-Malaysia relations will have progressed even further. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.